A summary of the current EV tariff crisis. The global auto industry is watching the United States with unease. Shifting trade policies intended to bolster EVs have instead created a cloud of uncertainty. Confusion has reached a critical point. Hyundai warns it may reconsider its U.S. presence. This is more than a dispute over duties. It challenges the stability global industries require. The stakes: jobs, investment, and the green transition. Trump's economic gamble falters. Hyundai eyes exit as tariff confusion wrecks U.S. auto sales. Section 2. The road to uncertainty. A timeline of U.S. EV policy shifts. The confusion did not arise overnight. It is the result of a multi-year evolution in U.S. trade policy focused on electric vehicles. For years, auto trade sat under relatively stable if contentious tariff structures, balancing domestic protection with global trade. The rapid ascent of EVs prompted a strategic shift. Policymakers saw trade rules as tools to sculpt supply chains, particularly to reduce dependence on China. Ambitious clean energy legislation followed. Tax credits and tariffs tied to EV manufacturing took center stage. To avoid penalties, vehicles had to be assembled in North America, with rising percentages for battery components and critical minerals, sourced from the U.S. or trade partners. The goal: catalyze massive investment in plants and processing. In practice, implementation proved complex. Rules rolled out in phases, tightening over time. Guidance often arrived late and dense with technicalities. Definitions, like foreign entities of concern and mineral valuation, kept shifting. Companies like Hyundai faced moving targets across vast supply chains that cannot be reconfigured in months. Section 3. The present predicament: Hyundai's stand and market realities. As of today, October 11, 2025, the industry feels the direct consequences of the latest tariff enforcement and regulatory guidance. Hyundai publicly warned that unpredictable, burdensome rules could force a re-evaluation of its North American strategy, including scaling back or even exiting the U.S. market. Not a bluff, an assessment of genuine risk. The numbers paint a stark picture. Following policy clarifications, U.S. sales declined notably. While headwinds hit the market overall, models losing tax credits or facing tariffs saw demand soften. Industry trackers reported a 12% drop for some imported Hyundai EVs versus last year. Consumers are price-sensitive. Dealers hesitate amid cost uncertainty. Hyundai has invested over $10 billion in U.S. facilities, including a major new Georgia EV and battery plant, planned under earlier assumptions, now potentially missing key incentives due to complex battery mineral origin rules. Tariffs could add thousands per vehicle, erasing competitive edge. This is a straightforward business calculation. Hyundai states, policy unpredictability is the single greatest threat to long-term plans. We need a clear and stable roadmap. We cannot invest billions based on rules that change every year. Others share the concern, watching Hyundai as a test case. This has moved from debate to tangible consequences. If a major player finds the U.S. too volatile, others may follow. Jobs, investments, and EV adoption are at risk. America's own green transition goals hang in the balance. Policy turbulence threatens U.S. leadership ambitions. Even established partners feel compelled to consider exit. Slower adoption, higher prices, strained trade relations. This is a larger gamble on the future of American industry. We will trace the policy timeline, examine the rules raising alarms, and analyze impacts on jobs, the economy, and electrification to weigh the choices facing policymakers. Section 4. Ripple effects: the economic and political fallout. A Hyundai retreat would not occur in a vacuum. A cascade of negative consequences would follow. The most immediate impact: American jobs. Thousands employed in Alabama and hiring underway in Georgia. These are high-paying jobs anchoring communities. Beyond assembly lines, suppliers, from seats to glass to electronics, depend on orders. Each auto job supports 7 to 8 more across the economy. Tens of thousands of jobs across dozens of states are exposed. Political fallout would be swift and intense. Strain could extend to a key ally, South Korea. America's reputation as a stable hub could suffer. At the heart of the drama, rules of origin. They dictate sourcing for parts, especially the battery, to secure credits or avoid tariffs. Intent: build secure domestic supply from mine to line. Reality: most battery minerals are processed in China. New capacity takes years to permit and build. Automakers must audit every link and document compliant origins. The squeeze: overhaul sourcing over years, or sell pricier cars now. A third option emerges: reduce investment or leave, breaking today's chain before the new one exists. For workers, tariff debates hit mortgages and meals. Many popular EVs lose credits, raising prices by thousands. Adoption slows, undermining climate goals if EVs stay a luxury. The alarm bells from Hyundai echo across the industry. John Bozzella. The ambition is right, but the timeline is wrong. We are committed to a secure domestic chain, without penalizing automakers and consumers. Give us a realistic path to compliance. A trade economist warns, uncertainty is a tax on investment. Businesses will pause and fall behind. A senior executive: we are in planning paralysis. Blueprints ready, but we can't break ground without clear 2028-2030 rules. A U.S. startup: opportunity and pressure. Demand is legislated overnight. Capacity takes years. Billions sit on the sidelines, waiting for clarity from Washington. This episode proves, for capital-intensive industries, clarity is a prerequisite. Tough but clear rules can be planned for. Flux kills plans. Protection must be precise. Sequence objectives to keep EVs affordable and adoption on track. Choose clarity over chaos, partnership over punishment, stability over shock. The warning has been sounded. Now it's time to act. Like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.